Thousands of protesters back in the streets of Jordan clashing with riot police over rising gas prices that they say they just can't afford. Protests you're looking at right now began after Friday prayers. Demonstrators say they struggle enough with high unemployment and poverty. They believe the government under King Abdullah is corrupt and has mishandled the country's money. I want to bring in now CNN's executive editor, Mr. Tim Lister. So, Tim, let's go deeper into the what provoked these latest protests. What happened?
Initially, it was rises in the price of fuel and food. Jordanians are poor. The average per capita income in Jordan is $6,500. They can't afford a 50% rise in the price of cooking oil and heating oil. They take to the streets. It's happened before, it happened this time. But it comes at the end of a sequence of events, both political and economic, that have really made Jordanians suffer in the last 18 months. I was there last year. I was amazed by how people were ready to speak out against the monarchy for the first time. Never happened before in Jordan.
Interesting. And we have seen so much unrest in the Middle East and North Africa these days. Why does Jordan matter?
Jordan matters because it's in a rough neighborhood and it's one of the last Arab states that's a reliable Western ally. You've got Syria to the north. There are already 200,000 Syrian refugees on Jordanian soil. You've got Israel and the West Bank on one side. You have Saudi Arabia. You have Iraq. It's a difficult place to be in. And
it is a rough neighborhood.
It is a rough neighborhood. And the monarchy there has always been pro-Western, always been reliable, has allowed US and UK forces to stage there on various missions in the region. So it's an important, if poor, ally. It's just strategically very important.
You mentioned the monarchy, which is interesting. Is it at risk? I mean, is there anything that the king can do?
There's plenty the king can do. And Jordan has an intensely loyal and very efficient set of security services, the military, the intelligence services, very loyal to the king. So it's not a sort of regime that would crumble overnight. What he has to do, according to people I've spoken with in Oman in the last couple of days, is come up with some grand political initiative that allows the opposition to say, yeah, you will take part in parliamentary elections. At the moment, they're boycotting them. They say, you're not giving enough power to constitutional government. You're keeping everything to yourself. He has to come up with a deal that satisfies the political opposition, and at the same time, he has to find a way out of the economic crisis and get the sort of credit, the sort of aid that Jordan really badly needs at the moment to recover from this really terrible economic crisis.
So this is how I know Tim Lister is our executive editor. Whenever we want to know anything about anything that happens overseas, we say, can I borrow your mind for a little bit? Can you talk to me about this, guide me through? And you're here explaining to our viewers, which is great.
Happy to help.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.